Tonight, join Ed Cavalier, Jane Kennedy, Glenn Robbins, Ronnie Cheng and Sam Pang as we test their knowledge of the week's events on Have You Been Paying Attention? And now, here's your host, Tom Gleisner.
Hi, thanks for joining us this Sunday, December 8, a week clearly dominated by the passing of Nelson Mandela. There's been such an outpouring of emotion from leaders around the world. The official cause of death is lung failure, although Tony Abbott hasn't ruled out the carbon tax being partly to blame. For me, I reckon the most poignant moment was Friday at the Adelaide Oval when both cricket sides lined up to observe a minute's silence, followed by 8 hours of non-stop sledging, which I think in many ways it's what he would have wanted. Of course, Nelson was just one part of the news. It's been a busy 7 days. Tonight, we're here to find out how much of it our guests can remember. And speaking of guests, please welcome broadcaster, director and co-host of Total Football, Ed Cavalier. Welcome, Ed. Actor, columnist and cookbook queen, Jane Kennedy. Last week's joint winner, the fabulous Glenn Robbins. Internationally acclaimed stand-up comedian and actor Ronnie Cheng. And finally, a man who's become this show's very own Mark Webber. Let's see if he comes fourth tonight. Sam Pang, ladies and gentlemen. Ronnie, first time on the show, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I always like helping Channel 10 meet its diversity requirements.
You were doing that this evening.
We're way over our requirements this week, Tony.
We may be surplus to requirements. All right, hands on buzzers, let's get started. What island did Nelson Mandela spend 18 years on? Sam.
Robben Island.
Correct. What was his prison number? Ed.
90210.
Jane.
46664.
Correct. Sam.
That's also the code to my briefcase, Tom.
We've all learned something tonight, Sam. What? Ronnie.
1-3 cabs.
I'd love to pay them all. I think Jane might have it. It's rumoured that Holden are about to do what? Ed.
They're leaving Australia.
Yes, ceasing car production in 2016. Julie Bishop met her Indonesian counterpart this week. The two foreign ministers have agreed to set up what? Ed.
Boost juice.
Nice, thank you. Glenn.
It's a hotline.
Quite correct, a hotline to facilitate communication.
No, it's a hotline. No, it's a 0055 hotline.
Still give you the 10
going
points.
to do a bit of poly-dirty talk, you know. Get your message into the upper house, you know what I'm saying?
What's the latest country Australia has been caught spying on? Jane.
Is it East Timor?
You can't ask it in the form of a question. You have to give it in the form of an answer. Sam.
East Timor.
No, I think technically Jane gets it. She added a question mark. But
Well, Tommy, you've got to have more conviction over there. As
you'll get this. You'll get this, Sam. Ronnie.
Sorry, I just want to check my Wi-Fi signal.
Good strength there. Good strength there, Ronnie. All good. All right. The government and the Greens have agreed to throw out what? Jane.
The debt ceiling.
Quite correct. Justin Bieber angered fans in Melbourne. What did he do? Glenn.
He went through puberty.
That would upset a lot of the younger fans. Ed.
He was late. He was 70 minutes late to start his concert.
Quite
I
correct.
almost left.
Why has this photo upset so many people? Jane.
Because her bra and undies do not match.
That's true.
Glenn.
I've looked at this photo a lot, Tom. And I can't find anything wrong with it. I can't. So I go back and I look again and again and again. And
Dedication to the cause. Ed.
I know this. It's a Norwegian footballer's wife, and she gave birth 10 minutes ago and then posted this photograph.
You're absolutely right.
How many days?
4 days after giving
What?
birth, she posted that. Oh, Ronnie.
Look, I'm a feminist, all right? So if women want to give birth and look super hot 4 days afterwards, that's completely fine with me.
Good to know. Lovely message, but no points for
Very
you.
nice message, Ronnie.
I don't know what people are so outraged about.
What are dozens of gay couples doing this weekend in Canberra? Please. Ronnie.
What every other couple in Canberra is doing this weekend, which is nothing.
Well, I think nice weather. Ed.
I think they're getting married, Tom.
Under the new legislation.
Yeah, there you are there, Tom.
Tell me, why are these people fighting?
Oh.
Glenn.
They're trying to throw them back into the Justin Bieber concert.
Escapees. Can't pay that. Anyone? Sam.
Is it at a sale in the States
Indeed.
that got ugly?
Black Friday sale at Walmart, fighting over a TV. 10 points. Why is this woman crying? Sam.
She's just seen the Socceroos draw for the World Cup.
I think we're all crying after that one. I'd love to pay that, Sam. She is, in fact, the member for Durack, Melissa Price, giving her maiden speech in Parliament. Big week for maiden speeches. And the great thing about them is you get a lot of people coming along, friends and supporters, because let's face it, in Parliament, after a while, it looks a little more like this.
Consumers in Australia are paying 32% higher in price than consumers in New Zealand. Deputy Speaker, the same applies to Vegemite sold in the UK.
Admittedly, Craig Kelly was talking about the relative price of Vegemite around the world, so... Ed.
That looked like Sam's birthday party. He's not the people's hero!
I wish there were that many people there, Tommy. That would have been great.
Christmas Island residents were surprised to find what this week? Glenn.
That Santa actually lives in Christmas Island. He does.
Was anyone reading the news this week? Ed.
There's 25 asylum seekers living on a beach, and they hadn't found them. They discovered them the other day. They've been there for a week.
They made it ashore without being detected. Quite correct.
You know what's exciting about that? Opens up a great new television show, Survivor Christmas Island.
Excellent idea.
Except this way, Tommy, when you get evicted, you get voted into Australia.
What a great prize. And that brings us to the end of round one. We're going to take a break. Plenty more to come. Or have you been paying attention? Welcome back. We've got a tight battle underway here tonight. As always, it's a five-way field. Let's get started round two, and it's time to talk sport. Day two of the Adelaide Test began with a minute's silence in memory of whom? Glenn.
Nelson Mandela.
Quite correct. Take a look at this angry exchange between Brad Haddin and Ben Stokes. I want you to tell me what prompted it. Ronnie.
They're angry at being out in the sun for 7 days and having no tan.
Ed.
He got Brad Haddin out, but it was a no ball.
Exactly. Words
First Test
exchanged.
wicket.
The World Cup draw took place yesterday. Of the 32 countries competing, who is ranked lowest? Ronnie.
The one with the Asians.
They're up there. Sam.
Australia.
Australia is ranked lowest. Who is the second lowest ranked team? Ronnie.
The one with the Asians.
Actually, you are close. It's the... Glenn.
South Korea?
South Korea, 10 points there. What international sporting event are these people watching? Ed.
I know this, Tommy. That is the Test match between New Zealand and the West Indies going on at the University Oval in Dunedin.
Absolutely. Seriously, you weren't watching that, were you, Ed?
Of course I was, because I know that those fans, they're actually in a corporate box. For an extra 10,000 New Zealand dollars, they'll give you a blanket.
Tell me, who won the 2013 John Newcombe medal as our best tennis player, Jane?
Was it John Newcombe?
I don't think he can award it to himself. Sam.
Leighton Hewitt?
I know, it seems bizarre, but yes, Leighton Hewitt.
What's his ranking at the moment, Tom?
180,000.
He is ranked so low, he should be a Socceroo.
Let's not lose faith in them. All right, British Olympic diver Tom Daley has revealed what on YouTube? Glenn.
He actually announced that he's gay.
He did, he's in a relationship.
And he did it, Tom, with a half pike and a clean entry.
play that reluctantly, Glenn. I want you to watch this ad.
Nature's Ways Super Krill Oil helps support 6 concerns of healthy, active ageing. Krill oil for osteoarthritis, heart and cholesterol, plus calamari oil for your brain, eyes.
What is the 6th concern of ageing? Ronnie.
Not having the diet of a sperm whale.
Does have a bit of calamari, I grant you. No, not what I'm looking for. The 6th concern of ageing would be...
Is it bad skin? I don't know, like pasty skin. I don't know. I'm just trying to look at you, Tom. I'm trying to count them.
It is, in fact... Well, let's find out.
Memory.
Memory is the 6th concern of ageing.
You know, Tom, when you buy those tablets, they ask if you want it in an entree or a main.
Tell me, what's this? Ed.
Tommy, Amazon is delivering Christmas presents by drone, but if you're in northern Pakistan, you don't want those presents.
No. Send it to skip your house that week. I'll pay that. It is, in fact, the Amazon drone. Nigella Lawson has finally admitted she's used... Ronnie.
Gordon Ramsay's cookbook.
Yes, it's possible. Inside here, Glenn.
Drugs, I think.
A little more detail, Glenn. Oh, Ed.
Cocaine.
Cocaine and marijuana, but not... Glenn.
She is bringing out a line of cookies, which I would recommend, you know.
She actually, Jane, you know this, she's got a recipe for ham in Coke. Have you seen that one?
I have, Tom. I've cooked it myself.
Whoa. Tom, you know, I think that maybe some of Nigella's recipes would really spice up Australian cooking shows. Ready, Steady, Snort is a real... something that I would watch.
Watch US Secretary of State John Kerry.
And we urge all sides to conduct themselves peacefully.
What dispute is he referring to? Glenn.
That he apparently won a Glenn Robbins lookalike competition. Thanks, Tom. Thank you.
It's actually in the Ukraine government protesters and the government in Ukraine. But have we got a shot of John Kerry? Let's see whether Glenn's right about that. While we're on world leaders, can we get Kim Jong-un up? Uncanny. And that brings us to the end of round 2. Scoreboard tells the story. Ed Cavalier well out in front. Let's see what happens when we return. We're back. It's time for Newsmakers. And Glenn, you've chosen Australian cricket captain Michael Clarke. Your time starts now. What did he score in his first innings in the Adelaide Test?
148.
Correct. Where was he born?
Out of Sydney.
Liverpool, pay that. Name his new book.
He's reading the Harry Potter book at the moment.
He wrote.
The Ashes series. Ashes Diary.
Ashes Diary. What's his highest score?
Lara Bingle. 329. And that was with Lara Bingle.
Against India.
Sorry, Clarke, you're a legend, mate. Seriously.
He is ambassador for which drink?
Milo.
What's happening here?
He's saying to him, you've got something up your nose. No, he's saying, you better watch it, mate. You're going to get your arm broken if you don't pull your head in, or something like that.
Threatening to break James Anderson's arm. We'll pay that. And, ladies and gentlemen, Glenn Robbins. Straight out of the middle of the bat. Ed, you've nominated our national airline currently in a bit of turmoil. Let's assume brace position. What does Qantas stand for?
Queensland and Northern Territory Aerial Service.
What's its nickname?
The Flying Kangaroo.
It was founded in what outback Queensland town?
Winton.
Its first international flight was to where?
Bali, Schoolies, 1930.
Singapore. Who is responsible for their in-flight menu?
A microwave.
Neil Perry. What's the airline's theme song?
Mo money, mo problems.
I still call Australia home. What is this?
A very inaccurate representation of what hosties look like.
It's in fact Miranda Kerr modelling the new uniform. Alan Joyce, oh, ladies and gentlemen, Ed Cavalier, a smooth takeoff on QF1. All right, Jane, she's currently touring the country, pop queen Taylor Swift. She's just been nominated for what award?
For a Grammy for Best Album.
Where does she live?
You'd think on award shows, but actually, officially, Nashville, Tennessee.
Which member of One Direction did she date?
The only one we all know, seriously, Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. She wrote what song about Harry?
I've been a fool and you are a tool.
May have been a part of the second verse, I knew you were trouble. Name her 3 perfumes.
Whiz Fizz. Smustic.
Wonderstruck, Enchanted, and Taylor. She's known as a crossover artist. What did she cross over from?
From pop to fluff.
So close, country to pop, and we're out of time. Jane Kennedy, today truly was a fairy tale. Sam, he's the father of modern South Africa, Nelson Mandela. How old was he when he died?
95.
What was the name of his political party?
The African National Congress.
Name his first wife.
His first wife was called Evelyn.
Correct.
Winnie was his second.
Name his third.
Madonna. He's married 3 times.
I don't know either, Sam, but
Wow.
10 points. In 1993, he was awarded what?
The Allen Border Medal.
The Nobel Peace Prize. Who did he share the Peace Prize with?
F.W. de Klerk.
President of South Africa. What Hollywood film did he have a cameo in?
Boogie Nights.
Malcolm X. What's the name of the new film about him?
Iron Mandela 4.
It should be Long Walk to Freedom. Name 3 of his fragrances. That slipped out. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Pang. Ronnie, the film has only just opened in LA, but you're ready to tackle it. The Hobbit.
Let's do this.
What's the movie's full title?
The Hobbit, let's keep milking this series for every penny.
The Desolation of Smaug. Name the Hobbit.
Bilbo Baggins.
Who plays Bilbo?
Martin Freeman.
Who wrote the book?
J.R.R. Tolkien.
J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Where is the Hobbiton set situated?
Middle Earth?
Oh, sorry, that is unclear. In real life?
Somewhere in New Zealand.
North Island of New Zealand. Tolkien fans are upset at what?
Being single and lonely.
Also, the inclusion of a new character, a Toriel, a female elf. And ladies and gentlemen, Ronnie Ching, a man who knows his way around Middle-earth. And that brings us to the end of Newsmakers. You can see the scores, but can our contestants change them? Let's find out when we return.